4 miles, that's all that we got left now. Before the road will run out, before it's time for goodbyes. 4 miles until we're changing our lives. What's at the end of this ride? Don't know just where we'll arrive. But you could be there feeling like yourself. I could be there, be somebody else. We could be alright. You could be there feeling like yourself. I could be there, be somebody else. We could be alright. No looking back, eyes on the road. Only thinking about where we're supposed to go. Don't have a map, just go with the flow. There's certain things we're not supposed to know. 4 miles, that's all that we have left now. That's all that we had time for. Don't know just where we'll arrive. But you could be there feeling like yourself. I could be there, be somebody else. Yeah, we could be alright. You could be there feeling like yourself. I could be there, be somebody else. Yeah, we could be alright. But you could be there feeling like yourself. I could be there, be somebody else. We could be alright. You could be there feeling like yourself. I could be there, be somebody else. We could be alright. 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 It's better than Be my anchor. 마주치는 네 시선에 뻔한 농담도 웃게 만들어 애써 쿨한 척을 해도 나도 모르게 끌리는 네 모든 touch 천천히 올라타던 fresh 밤보다 다르던 거 알아 우리 조금 더 솔직해볼까 You gotta call me baby all night 익숙하게 조심스럽게 더 부드럽게 아슬아슬하게 나를 품을 듯하게 굴지 말고 조금 더 솔직해지면 되잖아 더 망설일 거면 적당히 웃고 끝내 고개만 끄덕해도 눈을 못 떼는데 아무렇지 않은 척해도 작은 손짓으로 끌리는 네 모습